Coming back into no one comes to me unless the Father draws him, which is John 6:44. And this is part 3. We're going to jump back a little bit. It says the meaning of draws. The original Greek word for draws is helikuo, which can mean to drag or draw. In this context, it suggests a powerful, compelling force that God uses to bring people to faith. It says the verse is often contrasted with John 12:32, where Jesus says that when he is lifted up from the earth, he will draw all people to myself. The word draw in both cases suggests a divine act of attraction. I pause there because the thought of not being drawn to him have been on both sides, right? Before coming to Christ, the thought of not being drawn to Christ or attracted to Christ is so far-fetched in my mind. And I don't know those watching where you're at with it, but it's just hard to imagine for me at this point not being drawn to the Lord, to carry out his will, to do the very thing I'm doing right here. Mind you, this is not about me. This is just a conversation that I would love for you to think about within yourself, putting yourself in that position. I just can't imagine life without Christ at this point. Next is connection to free will. This verse is often part of the theological discussion concerning God's sovereignty and human free will in salvation. Some interpretations see it as a declaration of God's sovereign choice, while others balance it with the human responsibility to respond to God's calling. I find that very interesting, because when we think about how they're wording that as a declaration of God's sovereignty or balancing it with human responsibility to respond. We won't be able to get fully into that until the next video, but that's a very interesting thing to